Listen, a Filipina wants to be a porn star for you. But I feel as though the fact that foreigners don't know how to shut up, that's the reason why there's a lot of hesitancy. Let's talk about this for a second, alright? If it's your first time to the channel, man, welcome. I am your host, the Good Doc, Dr. Mike TV. Back again, once again. You already know what it is. First time to the channel, subscribe, notify, do what you got to do to make yourself well-versed in the Good Doc's content. All my good stuff shall be listed in the link in the description area below. Throughout my experience in the Philippines, guys, I've been able to inherently figure out what makes a foreigner based on ego. We all got an ego. It is what it is. I have one, you have one. How it translates into how you treat people and your attitudes towards things, that's where we tend to differ. Okay? Some of us are the same, some of us handle situations differently. As I grew up in the Philippines, I can honestly say that I've been blessed enough to live a life that if I could show you, it would make a lot of people envious. I have receipts. And even in my earlier years starting YouTube, I often wanted to put those receipts out there for people to see. Not for the adulation, not for the adoration, but just to show y'all that Doc was really about that action. Because it's one thing to say you were about something, and it's another thing to be able to show it. But every single time that I wanted to, I stopped myself. Right? Videos, you name it. If I could show you what the life of Marcus was truly like, a lot of y'all would be like, Doc, this don't make no sense, because it doesn't. Alright? So, ideally, I shut down all of the talks about that stuff within myself. And the reason I had to is because there comes a certain point in every man's life wherein, you know, there's certain things that need to remain private, and there's certain things that it's okay to make public. And one of those things is what happens in the bedroom between you and yours should stay in the bedroom between you and yours. Okay? But I feel like that's a lost concept on a lot of foreigners. We'll say men in general. Especially when they feel like they have to have the pat on the back. They have to have the guy saying, "Oh man, that girl's beautiful, bro. Look at her body, man. She's got ass, she's got tits, man. It's crazy, bro. Damn, yo, I'm jealous." Da, 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 da. Again, the adulation. But even at an early start, or even earlier in my career or my life in the Philippines, I knew one thing to be fact. You get a whole lot more when you don't talk about it. Alright? I've had some girls who have talked to me before, and they knew about my YouTube channel, and the first thing they say is, I'm not gonna be one of those girls on your YouTube channel. I said, bitch, have you ever seen my channel? It's literally the only person that's on there is my significant other. What makes you think that me putting you on my channel was gonna get any more views or shit? I said, bitch, you ain't that cute in the first place. But ideally, when I talk about it, it's just a matter of the first thought that most Filipinos think when you have a platform, or not even a platform, but a public place where you're, you know, talking about life experiences in the Philippines. Normally when it comes between a foreigner and the Philippines, their first thought is, oh, this foreigner guy is just going to use me for views, or this foreigner guy is just going to use me for this, right? So they're naturally hesitant to even fuck with you, right? Because they believe that the things that she does for you is going to somehow find its way to light, or it's going to find its way in the public eye. Even if the public eye isn't a big one, it's going to find its way out in public. Not to mention the X video on Pornhub videos, the Filipina scandals and shit. Yeah, that didn't make it any easier on us either. But because the Filipina naturally has a hesitation towards foreigners and the idea that whatever goes down between them could be a bragging point for the foreigner or something that could be put out there in a way that could ruin her credibility or ruin her name in whatever city she's in, you know, that's a bad thing for them. Like saving face and all of that shit, that's a real thing in the Philippines. And I've seen a lot of girls try to do harm to themselves because, you know, something like a video or some scandalous talk was out there about them and, you know, they couldn't do anything about it. Filipinos love a good scandal, bro. I will tell you that. Filipinos love a good scandal. I mean, no different than us too, right? So when I say that a Filipina wants to be your porn star, she really does. The nature in which she's brought up, if that girl loves you, she will damn near do anything for you. You know, I do believe that to be true. But ideally, their hesitation will always come because they're afraid that the foreigner's going to talk about it. Right? They're not going to keep it secret. They're going to want to brag about it to somebody. They're going to want to show somebody. Trust me. You think a Filipina is hesitant about the cameras coming out? Hell no, they not. But if they think about, you know, videos that they've seen of people they may know or people they don't know, and they're like, oh my God, I don't want to become that, or I don't want to become the victim, or somebody who's, you know, video ends up on, like I said, X video or Pornhub or some shit like that, they don't want to give it to you. And if you are the type of person that talks and makes things public, you're only going to do yourself a disservice. Trust me when I tell you. I think those of us who know how to shut up, those of us who know how to keep things on the hush, those of us who know how to keep things on the low, you'd be surprised. You would be surprised at how much action you'll probably get if you don't speak about it. I'll tell you a perfect example. I'll tell you the perfect example of this. So, I don't date girls that go to school with me. That was my rule. Before me and the mean one started dating, I don't really fuck with girls that go to school with me. That was like my go-to rule, because I knew that if I ever got caught up in a situation where a girl was at school with me, or, you know, if I ended up dating her, not dating, but talking to or hooking up with a girl that went to school with me, everybody gonna be talking about, Doc, oh, that's his girlfriend, oh shit, you know, and I'm already locked into a chick that I, you know, even if it's just for fun, you know, we was locked in. But I have to admit, in my earlier years, before that became my rule, I actually did break that rule. Matter of fact, it was freshman year. There was this girl. It was weird though, because she was my classmate. Like, we was in class together, and a lot of you guys may not know this, but let me tell you how it works in the Philippines, though, if you ever go to Philippine college. I graduated with a BSBA in marketing management, okay? So that's a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration major in marketing management. All of us marketing majors, all of our classes are the same. We're all in the same classes together. So our course, or BSBA course, was broken up into 3 fields. That was financial accounting, the other one was human resource, and of course, like marketing. So you're going to be in class with your classmates in all of your core classes, right? It's fair enough to say. And I just so happened to talk to a girl that was in my core classes. So this was a girl that I would see every day on the regular. We had class together, right? So it happened. Let's just go ahead and get to the point. It did happen. It went down. But she was super cool about it. She ain't blow my spot up. She ain't tell nobody. She ain't talk about it. She had all the opportunities to fuck me up. But she didn't do it. She was cool. It happened. It happened. We see each other. It's cordial. Hi, how you doing? It was weird. It only happened one time. But ideally, she knew I wasn't going to say shit. Because I told her, I said, look, man, what goes down stays between you and me. I said, you agree? You good with that? She's like, yeah, I'm good with that. And it went down. She was a person of her word. And that's very rare. That you come across a Filipina that ain't going to blow your spot up, you know, the same as you would hers. And like I said, there's evidence. The receipts exist for that situation, but it's like, I was able to do so much more because nobody said shit. I ain't say nothing, she ain't say nothing. So if you can imagine my surprise in that situation, I actually ended up fuck man, breaking my rule twice before I made it my rule about dating in the school or talking to girls in the school. But because she ain't say shit and she ain't blow my spot up, there was one more after that. And after that I quit because I was like, yo, two is pushing it, right? 2 is pushing it. So when I say that you get a lot more by being quiet and not speaking or not showing everybody what you were able to accomplish, I mean that shit. You know what I'm saying? Your girl wants to be your porn star, ladies and gentlemen. She does. Your Filipina wants to. If she has any care or any feeling about you whatsoever, she will do whatever it takes to make you happy. You should know that. But ideally, you have to be held responsible on your end as well. What does that mean? Shut the fuck up. Don't talk about it. Keep it on the hush. Keep it on the low. Guaranteed you'll get a whole lot more when you're not out here talking about what you're doing in the bedroom with your young lady, when you're not out here plastering it all over your YouTube channel like you got pickup artist skills or all the max skills and shit in the world because you got this girl willing to do all of this shit for you, and you just got to tell everybody that you got a girl that's willing to do all this shit for you. What is her motivation to continue doing that shit if all you're going to do is run tell that? What is her continued motivation to, do things to make you happy if all you're going to do is just tell everybody? I've seen dudes with YouTube channels just bragging about all the conquests they've had. And like I said, I had my moment too. I thought about it long and hard. I said I wanted Marcus to have his own channel. For those that don't know who Marcus is, that was I wouldn't call it an alter ego, but that was my name. Whenever I met new girls, it was always Marcus. But I wanted to give Marcus his own platform so that I could do that. But then again, I was like, Doc, it's not worth it, bro. It's not worth it. If people ain't gonna come here to just rock with you because, you got a story to tell and you got some experiences to share, then why do I need to put out the fact that, oh, look at this girl I was with the other day and all that shit, or the other girl I had the other night, or whatever. Because then I believe that I lose my credibility in that regard. Because now all of a sudden I turned my channel into a channel that was based on Philippine experiences and things that I could share that hopefully would benefit, my audience as a whole, to now becoming like one of those trash channels that just show pussy all the time, Could I do it? Yeah. Would my channel be fucking like crazy big right now? You damn right it would be. But I can't compromise my integrity for that. Trust me, I fought long and hard with myself. I was like, yo, Doc, you gotta find a way to show people this shit. This shit crazy. But I fought long and hard with myself, and I just can't compromise my integrity or my credibility to do it. So I feel like you will get more in life if you don't speak about it. Because she ain't gonna talk. And I'm talking, and when I'm talking about dealing with women, I'm talking about dealing with women that have things to, like, basically dealing with women that have a lot to lose themselves. That's the level of women I'm talking about. Not the women that come from the lower income and all of that jazz, or the lower economic community, or whatever you want to call it. I'm sorry, lower socioeconomic class. That's what I meant to say. We're talking about women that have good jobs. We're talking about women who are part of industries that do shit. You know what I'm saying? Women that have something to lose. Complying and wanting to get down with the get down. As long as you ain't speaking. I promise you. You don't have to show everybody everything you doing in your life. No matter how much you want to, maybe you could tell a friend. Alright, if you got one friend you trust with the utmost, you tell it to one friend just to get it off your chest. But never speak of it again. Because girls like it when they can get away with doing things and don't have to worry about people talking about it. Trust me when I tell you, you get a whole lot more when she is not afraid that you're going to run and tell it. Okay? So when I say a Filipino wants to be your porn star, we just talk too much as foreigners. believe me, the less you say, the better. Keep it all in the bedroom, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it all in the room. Alright? If you enjoyed this video, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you drop a like. Make sure you subscribe and comment and do all of that good stuff. If you want to support the Good Doc in any capacity, there is this little heart in the corner somewhere at the bottom that says thank you. Put a little $2 on the Good Doc's book. I'd highly appreciate it. But even if you don't, make sure you drop a like, man. Never forget that. Alright? Hope you guys enjoyed. You already know what to do if you did. Alright? It has been fun. It has been real. But it's time for the Good Doc to go and get to getting. So with that being said, Good Doc is officially out. At least knuckle. Which means I am going now. Bye-bye. As always, love you guys. Sincerely do. Mahakita. Mabuhay. Peace.